Hi, today I'm going to show you the arrow key method of cutting with your Silhouette machine. It's really handy for cutting scraps and some other things, and it's just a different way to do things that will help you do more with your Cameo. I want to make sure you know about it. So the first thing we want to do is just to load up our mat with some scraps, like I've done here, and then load it in the machine as you normally would with load cutting mat. And then you're going to want to place your shapes on your screen. I've already picked out shapes that I know fit on my scraps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the upper left corner of this image bounding box with the upper left corner of the cuttable area of the mat. So I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to go to the cutting section, and I have this set up with a pen just to make it easier for you to see. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate using the arrows on my Cameo machine so that the pen tip or your blade tip is at the upper left corner of your scrap, or upper left corner of the open area of your scrap. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to hit cut, and it's going to cut as if that was the top of the mat. Okay, now if I want to do another shape, I take the old one off, I put the new one in up at the top corner. And I'll show you a different way to do this, because if you have a portrait, you don't have arrow keys on your machine. You have them on the screen though if you're using V2. And so you would use these arrows right here. They're not in some versions of V3, but they are in V2. You would use them the same way I just used the keys on the machine to navigate to the upper left corner of a nice open space on your scrap, and then hit cut. So when I unload the mat, you should be able to see that this cut nicely on our scraps just where we wanted it to. And we didn't have to count squares or rearrange things on our virtual mat. We just put everything in the top left corner. So this is a really handy method to use. It's very simple, and it just adds to what you can do with your Cameo or your portrait machine. I hope you enjoyed this and hope you found it helpful.